Good afternoon. Again, I told you I was going to be busy today. I am making a pear pie. Now this pie recipe is when we were a young country. And what I'm going to do is I am going to put wax paper. I'm marking it right now. Let me show you how I do it. I'm going to have you turn down so you can see what I'm doing. I have wax paper here and I have a 9-inch pie plate. Now, when you make your own crusts, you will find that they will burn on the bottom if you don't do this. The wax paper actually keeps it away. That's why when we were becoming a country, they didn't use flour on the bottom because it burnt, so they put it on top. Plus, they also had to save flour and stuff. So this is why they did it. So I'm cutting out wax paper to put on the bottom to keep it from burning. Come on, wax paper, you're giving me time today. We just set it at the bottom like that. I need that little piece there. We'll put that there. Let me get other stuff. We'll be right back. Okay, this is for a pastry for a 2-crust pie, top and bottom on this. We need 2 cups of gold medal flour. All right, I got the 2 cups here. Now what I'm going to add to it, and this is what I'm going to be adding to it. I didn't want to use wheat germ this time, so I'm going to show you something else that you can use to make it just as nutritious. Brewer's yeast powder. And we're going to add a whole tablespoon into this. I wouldn't add any more than that because you don't want to interfere with the flavor of the pie. But that will give traces of the B vitamins in your body. If it's healthy, will actually cause it to multiply. All right, we need 1 teaspoon of salt. I'm going to use my salt mixture on this one. Now I'm going to mix this up like pastry cutter because I don't want any one spot to end up with all the salt or all the yeast. And the reason I'm going to show you how I'm doing this because I know there are a lot of people who don't know how to make crust, and this way it will help them to be able to make their crust. Now remember, when you first start making crust, there are some problems you're going to find you get frustrated at. You just keep on working at it. Believe you me, patience is a saint with that, and most of us aren't when we're trying to do something. But if it doesn't look right and it has a great flavor, then don't worry about that. You got the flavor down, and that's what counts, because that's what your family's going to judge first, okay? Because if they're nasty about the way it looks, but it tastes good, I would question your family at that point, because you're struggling to try to learn something. All right, they want 2/3 of a cup of shortening. Now, the way I am going to do it is I'm going to put in 1 1/3 cups of water in this, and then let the shortening pick the water level up to 2 cups. Make sure it's cold water that you work with. Oh, that was a hair off. Now I have 1 1/3 cups of water here. Now just by adding shortening, you're going to watch that water level climb up to 2, and then I'll have perfectly 2/3 cup shortening. Yeah, that's it. Now don't throw the water out. What you're going to do is just pick the shortening up. Drop it in here. Have it in bits and pieces, as you can see. Because you're going to use this water, as we're going to use it. Now we're going to cut this, and this, when they say cut the shortening in, this is the act they want you to do. And what it's going to do is make your flour flaky or crumbly looking, which will give you that flaky crust that you're looking for. So they say cut the pastry, cut the shortening in or cut the butter in, this is what they want you to do. Okay. And what you're going to do is we're going to add 1 tablespoon and work it in. Do not use all the water at once. You add 1 tablespoon and work it in, and you'll see why as we go and work it in. We're actually going to be adding 4 tablespoons in all. Now, pear and apple pie were rivals when we were just starting as a country, and apple pie seemed to win over. See how it's changing as I give you history on this? See how it's coming together nicely? This is our last one that we're going to be adding. And you're going to see it's all coming together very, very nicely. Now what we're going to do is get some saran wrap. You know it is plastic wrap. though I know it is saran wrap. I keep calling it saran wrap. I know you'd go to the store and say, where's the saran wrap? She keeps talking about saran wrap. You know it is plastic wrap. Okay, I'll be right back. Let me go get it. Okay, now what you're going to do is take the pastry that we just mixed all together. You're going to put it in a ball. I'll show you. You're going to roll it into a ball. Get another Band-Aid for that finger. You're going to put it in a disc, wrap it up while I go get another Band-Aid, and stick it in the refrigerator, and then we'll get the filling going. Okay, now we need 6 cups of pears. We are going to peel them. Oh, this is going to be hard with finger. You core them and peel them and slice them. When I get to that point, I'll be back. They don't say which pears to use. All what they say is they vied for the apple pie in the early part of our country. So I'm going to peel these, core them, and slice them up, and let's hope I can get 6 cups. Okay, I have 6 cups of pears sliced. And they want them sliced about this thin. Now let me get the rest of the ingredients and I will be back. Okay, in another bowl you're going to add 3/4 of a cup of sugar. You need a teaspoon of, should we use nutmeg or cinnamon? Which one would you like? Shall we do cinnamon? Or not? Next time we'll do nutmeg. How's that? They want it there, not there. My mistake. They want it in the sugar. Sorry. And they want 2 tablespoons of flour. Okay, now my tablespoon, I know it's wet because I had it in the water, so we'll just dry it off. Now, I'm going to use this hand. I think it's going to stick to this Band-Aid. Now they want us to toss this. Ah, there went my Band-Aid. Is that 2 of them there? Yep, just making sure there's 2 of them there. All right, now we have to put this on the side. going to give me a problem. What do I have to do? Move this because we're going to need to do the pie crust now. I'm going to clean this counter first. And see, while we were doing the filling, that gives the crust time to chill, make it easier to work with. I hope I don't bleed all over the place. Now we're not doing a lattice topping on this pie. This is going to be just sealed up all the way around. So it doesn't tell me to do a lattice. I keep on looking at my finger because I just cut it today. Now the reason I always take a little more for the bottom, because the bottom has to come up the sides, the top just has to lay on and just pinch it together, you know? And my mother said take equal amounts, 50-50. 50-50 never worked for me. I always had to do it a little different to make it work for me. Now you know I'm going to pat this out as much as I can before I start rolling it so I can hold it in a circle. And because it's a 9-inch, we need to go up 1 inch on either side. So we're talking about 11-inch circle. So I'm going to flatten it as much as I can. And I will get a ruler and we'll check and see how it goes. Okay, now it's starting to stick, okay. We're already at 9. So you can get it pretty large just by pressing it and controlling the circle that you make, that it doesn't, you know, crack. So you can sit there and make it. Might be a cheater's way, but hey, if it works, by all means use it. It's not a if it's a contest, well, you know, if you make it and you win first prize, they might want you to make it in front of them, you know. Ten. I know I keep on looking at my finger, I just don't want it to start bleeding while I'm doing this. How's that? Got 12 inches out of it. Now the top does not have to be 12 inches because it's only a 9-inch pie plate. Oh. Now how's that? Shock. Listen, I have a lot of trouble sometimes with my crust, just like anybody else. So don't think you're the only one. Cut some of this excess off. Because remember, we've got a top that we're going to turn under on this too. So they're going to be turned together. You notice I didn't use my other 9-inch that has the handles on it. See what we're going to do. So I roll the other one out and we bring it over and lay it on top of this. We're going to fold them both under and over together. These little pieces we might need. I just don't want it to leak, and that's what I'm worried about. Why are you using the finger you cut, Sandy? I have no idea. Okay. So if you don't like cinnamon, you can use nutmeg. They said either one will go very nice in this pie. Looks like it's going to be a big pie. This is just 6 cups. Pressing this one down so it's not a mound up there. With 1 1/3 tablespoons of butter. Okay, I don't know how much this one is. Okay. By the way, it's about seven pairs for this, because I bought 8. I have 1 left over, and it's 3 pounds of fruit for a 9-inch pie. Okay, I need some more butter. Not much. And this should be it. Now this we're going to have to roll out just a little bigger than 9, so almost 10 inches. We might actually be able to just press this out to 10 inches. I don't know yet. You know all these little pieces? Put them right in. You're not going to waste them. We're already at 8.5. Make sure you keep flour on your rolling pin and flour on top of this. That's to keep them from sticking. Okay. This should fit. We better turn the oven on. I not about it. I'm so into this pie. Okay, 425. I have to tell you, I hate doing pies like that, like this. You're going to turn them both over and under. I know you're going to give me a problem right there. I'll have a cookie sheet underneath there to catch it to the best of my ability. So you're supposed to seal it up. Sometimes my nails put a hole in it, which I don't mean to, but it does. So I'm not real good at doing crusts like this. I usually do a flute, but not everybody's perfect with everything that they do, so. Like I tell my sons, if you've got flavor, then shush. You know, that's how we are in the house. You know, if you've got flavor, you can't complain. I know I have Vince on the side already. Okay. Well, it's not the greatest looking one, but I got flavor, so you can't complain. We just have to wait for the oven. And we are going to be cooking this for 35 to 45 minutes. So we just have to wait now. Wasn't that easy? You're Today has been a long day for me. At least this time you're going to see what I do with my flour. Now that's extra flour. Hold on. You know that bowl I talk about all the time? Here it is. Throw it in there, put the lid on, and put it on the counter for next time I fry. Well, I think that's it until it comes out of the oven. And we'll see how a pear pie, I know it's gonna run. I'm gonna have to put a cookie sheet or something underneath because I've got a few holes on the side and it might want to not escape on top, but seep out on the side. So I'll see you then when it's done. Okay, it's been 45 minutes. We're gonna check it. I knew it was gonna spill. I was ready for it. I'm gonna pull both of these shelves out at the same time. Too much spill, so that wasn't good. So here's the pie. I'll show you. I'm not going to handle it. It's too hot. But there it is. That is a pear pie. Doesn't it look nice? So listen, enjoy your evening. Hold on a minute. I'm dropping things. Enjoy your evening and take care. Bye-bye.